This is an issue that has been gaining traction as the United States gets ready to host a global event, the FIFA World Cup, in 11 American cities. President Trump has already allocated $500 million for drone defense systems in those 11 host cities. While others are concerned there is just not enough aerial bandwidth to support such a system. With an eye on the sky,
you see one of the sensors start to light up.
Above Northern Virginia,
We've got the altitude, the location,
just outside the nation's capital,
the frequency that it's operating on, and the different RF band.
Travis Scott stands at attention,
Can trigger all of the different alerts.
thinking about the worst. Just like 5 years ago, when people heard the word drone, they were talking about, oh, that's going to be a cool way to get some pretty pictures.
Yeah, myself included.
You think about it in a different way.
Very much so. There's no doubt that it's only a matter of time before what we see happening overseas on the battlefield is going to get here to the United States.
Scott is the Vice President of Dedrone, which has developed a series of tools to counter an evolving threat, expressed by the likes of the leader of the Washington National Guard. What's your level of concern?
I'm concerned that we face another 9/11 style attack with the proliferation of attack drones these days. They're everywhere.
Scott says his company has worked with multiple cities and organizations on potential safeguards.
Now, let's try it on the slow motion target.
The most effective means for mitigation is, in fact, with radio frequency jamming.
And that includes handheld jammers.
All right, Chris, you got to keep that airspace clear.
Or a more targeted defense. I'm losing this one. But the issue is a bit more complicated with the idea that counter-drone technologies involving disrupting frequencies can have unintended consequences.
Improperly testing counter-drone technology at DCA.
Republican Senator Ted Cruz says a military test of U.S. defense systems caused false alarms for approaching pilots earlier this year.
Apparently, the Navy was using the same spectrum band.
You could potentially be messing with airplanes.
Washington Congressman Rick Larson, a Democrat and ranking member of the House Aviation Subcommittee, says there is a training component too.
The analogy I give is that we train our local law enforcement how to shoot a weapon. They go to gun range, they have to get qualified, to get certified to do that. These counter-UAS, counter-drone tools require a similar kind of training. You just can't fire electrons in the air to knock these drones out of the sky.
Dedrone Defender.
Back in Virginia, Scott agrees.
And that last step, the step that from a regulatory perspective is still slow to roll out at the state and local level, is the mitigation step.
And also says laws need to guide the rules of engagement and who exactly might pay for it. This sounds like it could be an expensive proposition, though, for local municipalities and states when they host these big events.
There's no doubt that there's going to be a cost involved with this.
The World Cup Organizing Committee here in Seattle says they've been given everything that they had asked for out of the $625 million allocated by the federal government for World Cup security. The $500 million in drone defense security is separate from all of that. The World Cup draw was just recently announced, with the final rounds going to be held in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium. For Spotlight on America, I'm Chris Daniels.